Thank you, thank you, thank you. How many of you folks here have never been to a TV studio before? Applaud if you've never been to one of these things. Okay. How many of you have been here before? Applaud if you have been here before. Okay. All right, now how many of you who have never been here before today are here with somebody who has been here before? Applaud. Okay, now, listen carefully. This gets a little confusing at this point. How many of you out of that last group are in this country illegally? Could we just hear? Great, fine. Looking for yard work, I'll bet. Well, nice to have you here. I just got back into the United States. I was in Canada, and I flew back a couple of days ago. I flew one of those bargain flights, $99 one way, and literally no bargain. You know, it's hundreds of drooling indigents fighting over tubs of gruel in the aisle of the plane. And immigrants and people who haven't been vaccinated looking over bad fruit and stuff. So I get up and I go to the lavatory of the aircraft, and there's this enormous sign above the toilet that says, "Do not place metal or glass objects in the toilet." Now, that always ruins a trip for me. I like to go back there, wash a load of dishes in it, you know. So. Now, here's something you can do. If you get bored on a flight, like a 3 or 4 hour flight, here's something you can do to always amuse yourself. Wait till the person in the seat next to you falls asleep. It's a lot of fun. Then what you do, you reach over, get their attention, maybe get them around the throat, give them one of these. And then you say something like, "Well, I guess we're going to find out now if these seat cushions really do float, huh?" A lot of fun, and yes, the laughs come fast and furious. Anyway, I'm back in town, and my car is still not functioning properly, so I got to hitchhike and stuff. Took it in a week and a half ago for a minor tune-up, $35, and the guy says to me what they always say. He says, "Is there a telephone number where we can get a hold of you later today? You know, if we find anything else wrong with the car." Invariably, they find something else wrong with the car. 2 days later, the guy calls up and he says, "Yeah, Mr. Letterman, listen, you know, we was resetting the buttons on your radio, and, yeah, your damn engine exploded. Tore it up pretty bad, killed one of our boys. Now, let's see, that'll be a little more than..." So anyway, what I got to do, for instance, I had to hitchhike over here this evening, and this guy stops and picks me up. He's driving an old beat-up Dodge with a bent frame. You know, they kind of go down the freeway at an angle like that. And the windshield on the right-hand side of the car is missing. It's just gone, busted out. And the back seat is on fire. Well, right away, I'm apprehensive about getting in, you know. The guy driving the car is wearing a cowboy hat and a hospital gown, see? So... And he's rolling, the thing that bothers me most of all about him, he's rolling the biggest joint I'd ever seen in my entire life. He was using Pampers, and... Just awful. We sat at an intersection for a half an hour waiting for a stop sign to change, so... Anyway, I came over here tonight, and we're watching the news a little bit, and I learned something just incredible. The most popular newspaper in the entire world now is one of those things you buy at the checkout counter of the grocery stores, you know? And the headlines in that thing today, just incredible. How to lose weight without diet or exercise. Pretty much leaves disease, doesn't it? You know, when you get right down to it. Yeah. I was able to lose over 60 pounds without diet or exercise. What's my secret? Well, I was lucky enough to be seriously ill for a year and a half. It's pretty surprising to me that you learn anything on local news anymore because it's all feature-oriented. You know, you don't have any hard news. And they're 2 and 3 hour newscasts, so they load it up with a lot of stuff you don't care about, and you hear things like, "No more oxygen for planet Earth." Well, we'll get to that story a little later if we have time for it, but right now, Arlene has a fascinating feature report about your cat's #1 problem, fur balls. Arlene? Thank you. How many times have you and the members of your family been scared silly because you heard your cat make this noise? Thank you, Arlene, for that fascinating in-depth study. First of a 12-part series here on Eyewitness News. I used to work for the Eyewitness News station back in Indiana where I lived, and thank you. Folks hoping to win a prize for that, I'll bet, huh? The concept of Eyewitness News, make it as funny as you possibly can. So one day there were 3 murders in the city, and the news director didn't think it would be real amusing to have the anchorman report all 3 of these murders back to back, so they gave one to the sportscaster to do, see? And the guy is reading baseball scores at the time. Well, first in the National League, it was the Mets over the Braves 3-2. Reds got past the Cards 5-4, and the Dodgers murdered the Giants 9-0. Speaking of murders, looks like 45-year-old Eddie Poster won't be going out to the old ballpark anymore. No, Eddie was gunned down last night during a liquor store holdup. Once again, that final score, liquor store 1, Eddie nothing.